Hello fellow comrades, my name is Danny, and welcome to this video. A few months ago, we made a subscriber recommended game list where you guys would recommend games to me and I would play them. We have progressed pretty well, actually. We do have a few games left on the list, but I wanted to talk about that. I feel like, no, I'm just going to tell you. I'm getting rid of the list. Yes, and I'm going to explain why. We have made a lot of good progress. We got to create a lot of good videos. I didn't expect some of the views that we got out of them, and it was unfortunate for some of the views that we did get from others. Is some of it my fault? Probably. So a lot of these games were recommended months before I actually played them, which probably allowed the loss of some of my really well viewers. I did have some viewers that would comment and recommend games, and I definitely appreciated it. But they don't anymore. And I mean, it's nobody's fault. You know, you move on, you find new content. I do blame myself a little bit for not producing the content that I wanted to when it was recommended to me. I did scuff my feet around before I actually started playing. Like, for an example, a Remnant from the Ashes, Happy's Humble Burger Farm, those kind of games that were recommended to me, I didn't play. And I waited to play until recently, when I realized how much I've procrastinated and not really held my promise for the games that you guys recommended, and I did promise I'd play them. So I feel like it's my fault. I did not get a lot of views. Some of my videos, especially some that I enjoy, didn't get any attention. And I know there's a few reasons for that. Some of them being the YouTube algorithm. Some of the games that I played, they're not really prevalent right now. From waiting so long, I did lose those specific subscribers that usually commented on my videos. Because I haven't seen a comment for a game recommendation in a while, which is okay. I understand. And another thing that doesn't help is when a game is recommended to me, I look for the game and I find that it's part of a series. Like, oh, there's a 1 and 2 to this third game that they recommended to me. And I'm like, okay, well, I have the obligation to play the first and the second before I play the third. Like, that's just an example. I just have this personal obligation to need to play the first and the second before I get to the third game, even though that's the one that they recommended. And by the time I get to that third game, they're not interested in watching anymore because that's not what they asked for. And it's totally understandable because, you know, the games that I did play, they were old. I mean, they were fairly old, mid 2010s or high 2010s. You know, they're older games. It's 2024, baby. I mean, people want to watch newer content because they haven't seen it before. So that's where I'm stuck. I will probably always have that obligation to want to play older games. If it's part of a series, I'd probably still want to play the first and the second or whatever. I actually thought about it, like, there's this game, Assassin's Creed's coming out, Shadows. I was like, that is a long obligation. There are so many Assassin's Creed games that I'd have to play before I could play the new one that comes out, which I probably won't do if I decide to. That's just an example. But that's the thing, though. I do this to myself, and I realize that. And I've probably lost some good viewers, which I also realized. Thankfully, my subscribers are still holding strong. I appreciate every single one of you. But I need to do better. So I wanted to talk about that list, the subscriber recommended game list, that I promised that I would complete. I'm not. So what's left on the list, it was Remnant from the Ashes, which we just completed, and the DLC. I also have Remnant 2 on my list. And that was the game that was recommended to me. Not Remnant from the Ashes, not the DLC. And I feel like when they recommended it to me, I feel like if I played it at that time, it probably would have done well. But that was a while ago. I don't regret playing Remnant from the Ashes. I think it's a great game. I enjoyed it. But it wasn't what the viewers asked for. And I waited so long to do it. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I'm trying to explain my thought process and what I want to change. So I've came to an executive decision that I'm not going to play Remnant 2. It probably would be good for me, but I'm not going to do it because I've lost interest. I was thankful to play with Nero Lazarus. Go check him out. We just played School Labyrinth, and there are a few more videos to come that have him in it. But in School Labyrinth, we talked a little bit before the game started, and it's in the video, so you can see it. But we started talking about our lives, our YouTube careers, more like hobbies. And we kind of just talked. And it was a good talk because I haven't talked to somebody like that. YouTuber to YouTuber, beginner YouTuber to beginner YouTuber, if you will. And he has a similar thought process, and we have some similar views, is what I'm trying to say. And one of them is having that obligation and realizing that if you're going to play a game that you don't enjoy, then it's not going to turn out well. And not entirely if it's just a game, but if you're not in it, then it's not going to turn out the way you want it to. Thinking about that, think about what we talked about, which I've already thought about for a while before, but talking to him really initiated the final steps to the thought process. So I'm going to cut my ties because looking at the views is not really doing me good anyways. But I'm not playing Remnant 2. Long story short, I bet it's a fantastic game, but it's not in my cards right now. If it comes up in the future and I am interested in playing it, then I will. But right now I'm not. Silent Hill Homecoming. So the reason why I'm not playing that game, which I was kind of looking forward to, is because I looked at Steam, because that's what I play on primarily. The Silent Hill Homecoming on Steam has a lot of negative reviews, mostly being that it crashes people's PCs. There's a lot of audio sync issues, and a few other things that gave me the conclusion that I'm not going to play it. If they do end up updating the game on Steam, I'd definitely love to play it. But right now, I don't think that's in the cards as well. I have I shuffled my deck, okay? And my cards are everywhere and nowhere. So then it leads to the next one, Silent Hill 2 Remastered. It looks like a fantastic game. I really think it's cool, but I'm not going to play it because I don't have funds for the moment for this kind of stuff right now. I've had a really bad money spending habit, which I'm aware of, thankfully. Sometimes I let it get the best of me, but it's gotten to the point where it's living or hobby. And I choose living. So right now I need to save some money. I do have a bunch of games lined up, or not lined up, but I do have a bunch of games in my library from my money spending habit. And there is also a few games I can get for free, which I definitely appreciate. Itch.io, you're my G, my homie. You're everybody's homie. They have a lot of free games that are actually really good from a lot of small developers that you guys should go check out. But I would also like to play some of those games. So I'm not going to play Silent Hill 2 right now because I need to save some money. I will not be taking video game recommendations at the moment, being what I basically just touched on throughout this whole video. I've been terrible with getting 2 games that people recommend. It got to a long list because I wasn't playing them, and it was overwhelming. Every time I'd play a few games, I would have this weird, I would crash, and I would scuff my feet around again, not want to play them anymore, because it's a mindset thing. You know, when I see a bunch of games on a list, like I have to play them, and then you're thinking about all of them at once. You're like, okay, I got to do this, got to do that, got to do this, and now I got to record all these, and why am I yellow? I've been yellow throughout this whole video. Oh well. but it overwhelms me. And if I think about it all at once, it's just going to crash. I'm going to crash. And I don't like that. That's not what I like. Came to the conclusion that I'm not going to take game recommendations. But not entirely. If there is a game that somebody recommends and I'm like, that's really cool, I can afford it, I want to play it, I'm going to play it. But if it's a game that I'm not really interested in at the moment, I won't be playing it. So I want to put that out there just so you guys know that I'm not ignoring you. I love it when you guys comment on my videos. I love the person-to-person contact and communication. It lets me know that I'm not talking to a screen 24/7. It lets me know that people are actually watching my videos, they're enjoying my videos, and we get to evolve from that. So those are the big things I wanted to touch on. I know earlier in the channel, I also have a bucket list that I created. I don't know when I'll be getting to that. Right now, I also have a work life. I don't know if you guys know, but I have a full-time job. And not only that, but I help. I do a lot of volunteer and charity work on the side, local community. I do a lot of that kind of work, and it keeps me busy. To the point where when I record YouTube videos take up a lot of my time. Because not only am I recording a video, I'm also editing, I'm also uploading. I know recently I've been editing videos again because I've been doing a lot of collabs, which I love doing collabs. Thank you, Skitcraft and Nero Lazarus. It's been really fun. Oh, and PK. Links will be in the description to those videos. It takes up a lot of time. Even if I don't edit some of my videos, like the long playthrough series that I do, they don't really get edited. There is a reason for that. One, because they're long, and two, because I don't have a lot of time to edit, but I really want to post these videos for you guys, so I produce them for you. Just how they are. And I have been practicing on, filling in the gaps, the silent gaps, and talking a little more, working on my ums, my filler words. It's been a process. I have been doing things. I hope you guys understand. If not, I understand. I understand your thought process. And this is something that I want. It's something I'm going to do. And I hope you guys support that. But with that being said, it's just temporary. Nothing's permanent. Things change all the time. For the better or for the worse. But I know in the future, this video is not going to matter anymore because a lot's going to be changed. A lot's going to be happening. A lot will have happened. And who knows? Maybe I'll have more time for YouTube. Maybe I'll have less time for YouTube. I don't know. I would love to continue doing YouTube videos. I don't see a future right now where I stop. So I might try new things. I might stick with just games. You don't know. I don't know. Basically, I don't know what's going on. Okay, can you guys tell me? Tell me what to do, please. I think this video has been very helpful, very useful. Hopefully this answers some questions that you guys have, if you have any. And I hope to see you in future videos. So not being tied down to some of these games does open a big door for more smaller games or just large games that I personally want to play. And maybe when I play it, you'll be like, oh wow, that's a really cool game. Thanks for playing that, Legend Danny. I don't know. Call me Dan or Daniel or Danny. That's my name. Hence, I am Legend Danny. I would like to do an origin video of my title. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty short because there's not really much to it. With that being said, thank you guys for joining me on my journey. If you like this video, please press the like button. It means a lot to me. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or constructive criticism. And press the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. Thank you.